You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Honey, get inside. They just went a house. They just went a house. Houses are going.
Houses are going. Clean up this morning after tornadoes ripped through Iowa, destructing everything in its path.
Plus, a rat infestation at a local apartment complex. We're going to tell you what one family found in their home.
And a local senior care facility is equipping residents in the event of another hurricane on the Suncoast. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Up to Friday now. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. TGIF this week. We have made it to Friday, folks. All right, what's the forecast? Good news for the weekend, John Scalzi?
There's never bad news for a weekend. Yeah, we're going to have a few scattered showers around, no doubt about it. But, you know, we could use the rain, so we're still about 2 1/3 inches down for the month, believe it or not. So, yeah, a little bit more rain in the forecast. In fact, even this morning we have some showers in progress. One leaving Holmes Beach right now, but the majority of the rainfall just about to close in on areas between Whitney Beach, Holmes Beach, and Anna Maria over the course of the next half hour or so. You'll start to see that moving in, and also one little shower near Osprey about to move on shore as well. So they're dotting the landscape. That'll be the case today. Look at temperatures that are generally running little bit cooler than yesterday by a degree or two, but basically the same. 77 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia coming in at 78, but 85 Longboat Key, 83 Venice, 84 in Inglewood. We'll have the forecast for you in a sec.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Still tracking an ongoing issue on I-75. An accident before the University Parkway exit. And as you see, there's plenty of backup right now taking place around University. On I-75 rather, as you head southbound. So be aware of that if you are traveling southbound on I-75 from northern Manatee County. Let's check farther south now to the northern half of Sarasota County. You'll see there on Fruitville Road in the westbound lane some buildup from Cattleman toward Honore, otherwise pretty clear in that section of the county. And then South County map will see some buildup 41 southbound after you get past the bypass.
Well, a Sarasota mother is claiming that rats have infested her apartment. She says the complex has even been out several times to treat the issue, but those rats still keep finding their way back in.
Our Marla Spence is live from the Garden Grove Apartments off South Lockwood Ridge Road. Marla?
Good morning, guys. I'm live outside of that apartment complex where one woman who also happens to be a mother of 4 says she doesn't quite know what to do after seeing rats in her apartment. Ashley Randall says her husband, and her 4 kids, who all happen to be under 9 years old, moved into the apartment back in February. She said when they moved in, there were no signs of rats, and she was pretty happy with her choice until last month when she spotted the rodents in her apartment. She says she's been in touch with maintenance, and they've been out to treat the issue by covering up holes and also laying down traps, but still she's had a problem with the pest. Randall says in the month of June alone, pest control contracted with Garden Grove Apartment Homes collected about 7 rats. She says just recently this week she spotted one in her kitchen.
I don't know, like, when we're sleeping, if they're crawling on my children, if they're like all in my house at night, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a health hazard for my kids. And I barely cook here. Most of the time I go to my mom's and I have dinner at her house because it's just, I don't know what they've been crawling on, what they've been chewing on, you know, and it's gross.
We did speak to pest control, who is contracted with the apartment complex. Matt Hall says the rat issue stems from a street project that happened just around the same time that Randall spotted the rats in her apartment. He says he's been working around the clock to fix the issue.
Typically, there's no quick fix for the rats. You know, they're constantly looking for a way in. So I've been working on it the entire time. It's not like they called and nobody did anything. Obviously, there's a trap in the unit. There's also traps up in the attic. And then the ceiling up on the exterior of the building also.
And we tried to reach out to management and speak to them, but they refused to give us a comment, and they directed us to speak to their corporate office, but no one would answer, so we're waiting to hear back from them. In the meantime, Randall says she has been told that she could move and break her lease, but she says that would not work for her because she's working paycheck to paycheck, and she just could not afford it right now. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marlo. Okay, look at this now. Cleanup efforts are underway in Iowa after tornadoes tore through the state. Reporter John Lawrence has an update on the damage.
Several tornadoes ripped into parts of Iowa Thursday afternoon.
This one went right over our house. Right over our house. And then there's a full-fledged tornado over there north of Bondurant.
In Marshalltown, the clock tower on the courthouse gets torn off in the heavy gusts and falls to the ground. Significant damage throughout, with homes reduced to rubble. A state of emergency has been declared there.
I've lived in this town for 25 plus years and I've never seen anything like this before.
Something else not seen often, 2 tornadoes relatively close to each other in Polk County. Pella, in the southeast part of the state, was also pounded. The Vermeer Corporation says a number of its facilities were struck, while a few hundred people were on hand to celebrate a 70th anniversary event at the site.
We have lots of disaster recovery systems and processes in place. All of our team members were in shelters when that hit.
We certainly are going to rebuild, and we're going to come back stronger than ever.
Despite the damage, officials say they will rebound.
Community, law enforcement, emergency managers, local government officials really have rallied. Businesses have been providing, water and food, and just we continue to see people step up in big ways.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
None of the injuries was life-threatening.
Well, if you live in the city of Venice, you're going to be getting some new water meters on Monday. Those new meters will replace the old ones that are decades old. The exchanges will start in the Sawgrass community, and that process will take about 30 minutes at each house. The water will be shut off during the replacement, but customers don't have to be home while it happens.
A senior care facility in Venice is equipping residents there in the event of a hurricane. A place called Home Instead Senior Care is providing free hurricane kits to residents as well as staff members. The kits are meant to help with the first 3 days of a storm. They include bottled drinking water, a battery-operated radio, lantern, also some food items as well.
And before you head to the grocery store to stock up for the weekend, we have a big recall alert for you this morning. Salmonella outbreak that is linked to raw turkey. Now, that outbreak linked to the turkey products made 90 people sick across 26 states. 40 of those people had to be hospitalized. Now, the meat was purchased from different locations and in different forms, including ground turkey, turkey pieces, even whole turkeys. Now, to help prevent salmonella, make sure you wash your hands thoroughly after handling any raw meat, and be sure to cook poultry to the recommended temperature.
Back in Florida, the Miami Dolphins could be penalized for protesting the national anthem. The players are getting a proper anthem conduct clause added to their respective contracts. The policy comes after the NFL decided that teams will be fined if players shouldn't stand during the anthem while on the field. If they want to protest, they can stay in the locker room. If the players do decide to protest the anthem, they'll be required to pay a fine or even face suspension.
The opening of Spiny Lobster mini season is on its way. Governor Scott announced the 2-day recreational weekend, which is going to be taking place, there they are, next weekend, July 25th and 26th. In 2016, more than 69,000 people took part in the event. Now, to learn more about bag limits, size limits, where to harvest, and other regulations, just head online to mysuncoast.com.
Doesn't sound good, spiny.
Yeah, it sounds painful.
Happening today, teams are taking to the water to compete in the second annual Rock the Boat Regatta. Kids have spent weeks working on their boats. This is video from last year. They're made out of duct tape and cardboard. Teams will compete for several awards, including the most creative, the fastest, and the ultimate Rock the Boat Regatta champion. It all kicks off this morning at 9 a.m. at the Lee Wetherington Boys and Girls Club in Sarasota, which is on Fruitville Road, just east of the fairgrounds. Nice, fun event out there. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Forget location, location, location. It's all about Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. We'll tell you which famous sitcom house is up for sale. But first,
here's a peek outside our window at the scene right now. Looks very calm, but what do your maps and protractors and beakers suggest there, John?
More rain.
Okay.
Long and short of it. Yeah, it's a nice shot there. We're looking at, this is the Doppler radar estimate of rain that we've had over the last couple of days. And you can see some places got hardly anything at all, but other places as much as 2 inches of rain. So that's been the case. Cooper, one of our youngest weather watchers, reported in this morning with 3/4 of an inch of rainfall yesterday. There may be some more around again today. About a 30% chance during the morning hours, about a 50% chance as we close in on lunch, and then those rain chances kind of shift inland in the afternoon. The weekend, we'll talk about that in a second.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Watch Suncoast View weekdays at 9 a.m. on ABC7. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we have an air temperature now at 78 degrees, and we have a dew point value at 78 degrees. That gives you 100% relative humidity, and it feels like it out there. Already the feels like temperature cracking the 80-degree mark in most locations across the region. We have a southeast wind continuing to pump that moisture in. It'll turn increasingly southwest this afternoon as our showers and thunderstorms go from a 30% chance of a coastal coverage to a 50% chance of coastal showers and maybe thunderstorms as well by noontime, to decreasing rain chances in the afternoon as the showers move into inland areas east of the interstate, where the showers will become heavier and more widespread. That's probably the forecast tomorrow as well, except maybe we can trim down the rain chance just a little bit. A lot of rainfall to the north of us. Locally, we've got some showers in progress, arriving right on time from Longboat Key all the way up to Holmes Beach. This cluster of showers moving onshore will affect areas of the Suncoast throughout the morning hours. We'll go to about 6:17 at Longboat Key, Bayshore Gardens at 6:34, 6:46 in Bradenton, Palmetto at about 6:52 as the showers begin to dissipate. We'll have that throughout the morning hours, I think, here and there, dotting the landscape almost anytime, almost anywhere. A chance of showers, kind of like we had yesterday. I don't think we'll have as many thunderstorms around as we had yesterday, but we still may see one pop up here or there, so don't be surprised if you do see one develop. A mix of sun and clouds. I think the best chance for thunderstorm activity will be later this morning as we get a little bit of heating poking in between these clouds. The sunshine will boost our temperatures up to near the 90-degree mark again this afternoon. This is the moisture available to produce rainfall in the atmosphere. In this graphic, redder is wetter. And we'll see the moist air that we have in place right now slightly reduced by drier air trying to filter in on Saturday. But then it doesn't last long. That moisture returns full tilt boogie as we head into the weekend, and our rain chances go up once again. By next week, maybe we'll be able to reduce rain chances a little bit as we head into the middle toward end of next week. High pressure, the dominant weather feature today. The stalled frontal boundary to the north begins to slip eastward as we head into next week, and a frontal boundary approaches. That should kick this high pressure ridge out into the Atlantic and shift our winds around. But through the weekend, we'll see this southwesterly wind flow that continues to favor these kind of morning showers near the coast, inland showers in the afternoon. Not much change there. For boaters today, not a bad day. Certainly some consistent winds through the afternoon and evening. Maybe gusting a little bit at 10 to 15, a little breezier today. But still, you'll be dodging showers. Moderate chop anticipated, 2-foot seas for sailors. I suppose it's a little bit better weather as those winds will be elevated a tad. But as I mentioned, it'll be kind of wet. So we look for a 60% chance of rainfall today. Daytime high near 90. Tomorrow, reduce the rain chance a little bit, but by no means get rid of it. We'll still have showers around. And then as we head into Sunday, rain chances go back up. As we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we'll be looking at those rain chances of 60% and basically the same flow pattern that is coming at us in the morning near the coast, inland in the afternoon. By Thursday, I think we'll return to the more typical summertime weather. Showers building inland, most of the day sunny, showers drifting back to the coast in the evening. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look outside and check out some of that first alert traffic out there for you. We're keeping a track on this one in Manatee County right here. On the southbound, in the southbound lane of I-75, there's an accident right before exit 213, which of course is University Parkway. Again, southbound lane of I-75, there's an accident right before University Parkway exit. Then in Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad other than that spot right there on University Parkway. Running pretty smooth so far this morning. 75 is running pretty good the farther south you go, as is 41. Both of those are looking pretty decent at 617. That is your first alert traffic. Well, another member of the Gotti family is behind bars this morning. The iconic Brady Bunch home is up for sale. I need to borrow $1 million.
There's a fake set somewhere, no?
Well, the exterior.
Oh, okay.
Watch the story. And the man who inspired Good Morning Vietnam has passed away.
ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest from Hollywood.
Another member of the Gotti family has gotten pinched. 32-year-old Carmine Gotti Agnello has been arrested for allegedly running an illegal scrapyard in Queens, New York. Agnello is the grandson of the late mob boss John Gotti and former star of the reality show Growing Up Gotti, which aired from 2004 to 2005. Here's the story of a house for sale, a very Brady house. The iconic home used in the opening and closing of the Brady Bunch can now be yours for just under $2 million. Quite a bump up from the roughly $60 grand the family paid for it 50 years ago. The real estate company handling the sale says it's the second most photographed home in the country, second only behind the White House.
Good morning, Vietnam!
The man who inspired that iconic line, Air Force disc jockey Adrian Cronauer, has passed away at age 71. His words, immortalized by Robin Williams, brought the complexities of the Vietnam War to movie screens across America. Cronauer, who wrote the screenplay, worked in radio for many years after the war and later became a Pentagon advisor. And finally, one teen has Harry Styles to thank for an unforgettable coming-out story. A diehard fan named Grace caught his attention at a concert in San Jose last week with a sign saying she was going to come out as bisexual. The Kiwi singer not only called her out on stage, but offered her words of encouragement. Grace said her mom was overjoyed when she later showed her the video. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
All right, 6:19 still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
A new round of allegations this morning against the former CEO and founder of Papa John's Pizza. This time, it's sexual. Plus, Marla?
I'm live at one Sarasota apartment complex where a woman says she and her family are at risk for health hazards based on what she's been seeing inside of her unit, what she's been dealing with, and what's being done to help is coming up at 6:30 right here on Good Morning Suncoast.
And here's a peek outside our studio. We're also tracking some breaking news out of Branson, Missouri, where a duck tour boat sank last night. There are fatalities and people still missing. That's our top story at 6:30. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Welcome back. It is 6:23 on Friday morning. It's like an identical shot every day.
I know. It's beautiful. Wherever that tower cam is located, it's just perfect. It looks gorgeous every morning.
There's always a little bit of sun on the Empire State Building.
Right? What if it's fake? What if they just show us this every morning?
I think we're being duped.
I think so, too.
6:23, back to the news now. Wells Fargo is paying for another costly misstep right now. The bank is refunding customers who were charged for pet insurance, home warranties, or other types of insurance. Thousands of customers were charged for dozens of add-on products they didn't need or understand. Those refunds are in addition to the hundreds of millions of dollars Wells Fargo is already paying for deceiving other consumers.
Uber? We may have a problem. The company's former head of global finance is the latest to call it quits. His departure comes as Uber is still searching for a chief financial officer. They haven't had one since 2015. And then last week, Uber's head of human resources resigned following an internal investigation into how she handled claims of racial discrimination within the company. And now the former CEO and founder of Papa John's Pizza facing a new round of allegations this morning.
ABC's Lindsay Davis has the latest.
In this morning's GMA First Look, just days after publicly apologizing on local TV for his use of a racial slur, this morning disgraced pizza man John Schnatter is defending himself once again after a slew of new allegations. A new article on Forbes.com cites reports from dozens of mostly anonymous current and former Papa John's employees claiming Schnatter would spy on his workers and that he displayed sexually inappropriate conduct.
A former female employee who told us that every time she walked down the hall, Schnatter insisted on hugging her, that he asked the size of her bra.
Schnatter's attorney tells ABC News the story contains numerous inaccuracies and misrepresentations. It's easy to make false statements when one hides behind the cloak of anonymity. More on those allegations and what Papa John's is saying in response coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
Can't fault you for that one.
Your mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis. Before you and your rheumatologist move to another treatment, ask if Xeljanz XR is right for you. Xeljanz XR is a once-daily pill for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well enough. It can reduce pain, swelling, and further joint damage, even without methotrexate. Xeljanz XR can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, and other cancers have happened. Don't start Xeljanz XR if you have an infection, tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz XR and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you are in a region where fungal infections are common and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Don't let another morning go by without talking to your rheumatologist about Xeljanz XR.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
So I was in the showboat, and I didn't see them fall over, but we all knew that one of them rolled or whatever it may be.
Our top story this morning, rescue crews are still trying to find 20 people that are still missing after a tour boat sank near Branson, Missouri.
This morning, the preliminary autopsy is back on the death of that Northport toddler who died earlier this week after leaving her home.
And a rat infestation at a local apartment complex. We're going to tell you what one family found inside their home and why they can't seem to get rid of them. We have those stories plus your weekend forecast. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Welcome back here to 6:30. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. Some scattered showers right now off the coast to talk about. John Scalzi has details for us.
Yeah, no longer off the coast, Ray. They are on the coast, stretching anywhere from really Anna Maria Island all the way down to Osprey. They have moved on shore right on time, actually. So we'll see them produce some moderate to heavy rainfall in places, but mostly light rainfall. They're now seeing some showers build closer to Sarasota, downtown Sarasota, as they move from Siesta Key and St. Armands onto land. And also down to the south. We're looking at some heaviest of the rain now moving on to Siesta Key at this point. These showers and thunderstorms out in Gulf waters will be with us throughout the morning hours, looks like. Temperatures across the region, warm, sticky, upper 70s in inland areas, near the mid-80s in the coastal regions, and showers ongoing through the morning. We'll talk about the forecast in a sec.
All right, it's a date. Talk to you soon. Let's check the roads right now. Ongoing issue that will affect you if you're driving southbound on 75 this morning from the northern portion of Manatee County. An accident right there before State Road 70 that is tying up traffic as you head southbound. You might want to take 301 if you have the option. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. Checking farther south now. Here's the northern half of Sarasota County. You can still see the residue of that accident up there on 75. 301 northbound through Newtown, couple of slowdowns there. Fruitville Road eastbound at Honore. And then checking our final map to the south, we'll find out there is some congestion on the 681 connector. Otherwise, pretty clear at 632.
Our top story this morning, a deadly duck boat accident in Missouri. At least 11 people are dead as of now after a boat capsized and sank. Right now, rescue dive teams are still searching for the remaining 20. Reporter John Lawrence has all the details.
Missouri dive teams spent the overnight hours searching Table Rock Lake. They were looking for people aboard a duck boat when it capsized.
I was in the showboat, and I didn't see them fall over, but we all knew.
The boat started off with 31 people on board. Multiple fatalities have already been confirmed, some of whom were children.
It's out of this world. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, I don't know.
Investigators are looking into what caused the accident, but they say debris from an earlier storm could be a factor. A severe thunderstorm warning was issued for the Branson area around 6:30 p.m. local time. The boat capsized about 30 minutes later. The parent company of the Ride the Ducks Branson Company said other boats that were on the lake at the same time were able to safely return to the dock. But for now, crews are helping those in need.
We called in all that we could. They're in good spirits. They know what to do in this sort of thing. They're doing their thing in there, and they are being their best for these folks who need us.
Governor Mike Parson issued a statement offering prayers for everyone involved in this accident. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, we have new details this morning in the investigation into the death of a Northport toddler. Now, the preliminary autopsy results show that Ava Perry's cause of death was drowning. She died after she was found in a canal near her home on Tuesday. And we'll continue to keep you updated as the investigation is still ongoing. And one Sarasota mother is claiming rats have infested her apartment over the past few months. She says her apartment complex has been out several times, but they still keep finding a way back in.
Marla Spence is there at the Garden Grove Apartments off Lockwood Ridge Road for details of the story. Marla.
Good morning, guys. I'm live outside that apartment complex where one resident here says she's been having an issue inside her apartment that she wishes on no one. Ashley Randall says she lives at the Garden Grove apartment homes with her husband and 4 kids. She said when she moved in, she was pretty happy until recently she started seeing rats. Randall says pest control has been out to her unit several times to treat the rats that she says seem to get in her apartment through holes behind her fridge, her stove, and also dishwasher. She says despite pest control coming out, she's still been having an issue. She told us most recently she spotted 1 rat in her kitchen this week. She tells us she's been in touch with the apartment manager, who is well aware of the issue.
She told me that the reason why the rat problem is because Sarasota tore up the roads over here, which caused the rats to go into the apartments, and that they're working on fixing it, but it's been about like 2 months now. And I have children, so it's a health hazard to my kids. And I pay $14.68 for a rat-infested apartment. And they haven't offered to move us to a different apartment in the same complex or nothing. The office manager said I can break my lease and I can leave.
We also spoke to a licensed pest control owner who is contracted with the apartment complex. Matt Hall wasn't at liberty to tell us if he's treating any other units in the complex for rats, but he did tell us that there are bait boxes outside to trap rodents. Hall did also tell us that he's treating Randall's apartment with rat traps and metal mesh.
What happens with that is when they go to chew through it, it tears their gums apart. You know, their teeth are harder than iron, so they can chew through anything. So there's a huge population in all of Sarasota and Bradenton
And we went to the management office and tried speaking to the managers there, but they refused to give us a comment, and they directed us to speak to the apartment's corporate office. We called and they did not answer, so we are waiting to hear from them. In the meantime, Randall says she has been told that she could break her lease and she could move, but she says since living paycheck to paycheck, she can't afford it right now. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thank you. A former Florida senator and governor is trying to link a former Sarasota family to the 9/11 hijackers. Bob Graham was in Miami federal court yesterday seeking release of some FBI files. He spoke to ABC 7 via Skype yesterday. A lawsuit is seeking FBI files that could uncover a U.S.-based support network for the 9/11 hijackers, including a family that lived in Palmer Ranch but mysteriously moved out 2 weeks before the attack. Graham doesn't think the FBI is sharing everything they know.
We think there are major withholding of information and false information, and hopefully the federal court will order that the truth be made known.
A decision could still be months away.
New this morning, Michelle Obama is back in the spotlight, this time announcing a new voter registration initiative. Former First Lady is teaming up with celebrities for the campaign, including Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda and Houston Rockets player Chris Paul, singers Janelle Monáe, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, and actor Tom Hanks. Obama's new nonprofit organization is called When We All Vote, which was launched just yesterday morning. Now, that initiative is going to be strictly nonpartisan. It features Obama and others that are sending personal messages simply urging people to register to vote. Well, teachers needed. That is the message. With the new school year just weeks away, both Sarasota and Manatee County School District still have hundreds of teacher openings to fill. Now, just in Manatee County alone, there are currently 115 teacher vacancies and 10 bus driver positions. In Sarasota County, 113 teaching positions and 21 other administrative positions still open. The new school year begins in less than a month.
A former business recruiter for Sarasota County government is now working for the Sarasota County School District. The board approved Jeff Maltzby for the position of assistant superintendent this week. He replaces Scott Lempe, who retired in June. He says he looks forward to maintaining a steady, proactive pace to deliver the best results for students. He'll start his new role on Monday.
Time now for your weekly update on the downtown Venice beautification project. Now this week, crews have been digging trenches to install new drainage pipes and stormwater structures. City officials want to remind everybody that the eastbound lanes of Venice Avenue in that area will be closed until the project is done, but no worries. The city will still be hosting Christmas in July in downtown Venice today and Saturday. Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast. Charges have been brought up on 4 men involved in the shooting death of rapper XXXTentacion. We're going to tell you all the new details that we have when we come back. But first, John Scalzi, we've got a little info on the weekend forecast, right?
Indeed. So we're looking at the maps here showing you about a 30% chance of rainfall during the morning hours, followed by a 50% chance during the noontime hour, I'd say. Then everything transitions into inland areas. So I've checked the rain box on the drive time forecast for you this morning. Coastal rain showers will probably give you a pretty wet roadway on 41 today, and then as we head into the afternoon, those showers tend to move into inland areas. Traveling this morning, well, all the airport hubs serving Sarasota Bradenton International are on time, according to the FAA. We'll have the complete forecast for you in just a second.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So So we've got a 78-degree temperature. We have a dew point the same. That gives us 100% relative humidity. It is thick outside. Plus, we have some rain showers ongoing near the coastline. 81-degree feels like temperature already. We'll look for a chance of rainfall at about 30% this morning. Higher near the coast, a little bit less in inland areas. Average it out at about 30. As we head into the noontime hour, about 50% chance of rainfall, and that'll include some thunderstorms as well. Anywhere from about, I'd say, 10 to 2, our rain chance will go up to about 50%. And then as we head into the afternoon and evening hours, we'll start to trend the rain shower chances down as everything begins to move inland. So, lots of rain showers across the northern Gulf Coast once again this morning, and heavy rain falling in parts of the Big Bend region. From about I'd say from about Dunedin all the way up toward Cross City. Our neck of the woods, well, we're finally seeing some showers moving on shore. They are producing some moderate rainfall in places. University seeing some moderate rainfall. University in 41 down around Clark Road. We're seeing some showers moving on between 41 and about Honore. Those showers gradually drifting to the northeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Out in Gulf waters, we still have a few moving on shore, and so there will be kind of like intermittent periods of rainfall. You get a blast of rain, nothing, and then another blast of rain. That's the case throughout the morning hours, kind of hit and miss, on and off showers almost anywhere, almost any time. And then in the afternoon, I think we'll be able to trend down the rain chances as we start to see some gustier winds pushing the showers into inland areas along the spine of the state. Quiet right now in terms of any kind of thick cloud cover, but there are places where the sky is obscured. There are other places where there are holes and breaks in the clouds. So that'll allow for some daytime heating to crank our temperatures up to about 90 today with a feels-like temperature, again, of about 100 to 105. So a very steamy afternoon. Thanks to that southwest wind continuing to pump the moisture in due to high pressure. Now the frontal boundary located to the north, which has been stalled out and pushed that high to the south, will start to retreat a little bit over the course of the weekend. That will allow for another frontal boundary to approach. As that happens, that high gets pushed out into the Atlantic, and maybe our winds shift more to a southeasterly direction instead of a northwesterly direction. That will allow for kind of a return to our more typical pattern by the beginning of or middle of next week. Good rain chances today, slightly drier tomorrow, but not a great deal drier. So the red tide status update, well, it got a little worse there over the last couple of days, and in fact in Minnesota right now, the Mote Marine spotters have reported some intense respiratory irritation because of the red tide toxins in the air from the water blooms. Venice seeing a moderate amount of toxin in the air, and Nokomis and Lido both coming in with low amounts but present. So other places not showing that, but of course that's subject to change and will change again today. As we head into the noontime hour, we'll have fresh data for you, and we'll report that to you, of course, on the noon news. Southwest wind coming in at about 10 to 15 today, and the forecast looks like this. We'll have a 90 for a daytime high today and tomorrow. Rain chances slightly less tomorrow. And then as we head into next week, our rain chances bump up a little bit again, and we return to a typical pattern. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take another look outside and check out your morning commute. Ooh, we do have that accident that we've been following all morning for you, still in the cleanup stages. I-75 in the southbound lane, there's an accident right before 213, which is University Parkway. That is slowing things down. As you can see right there on 75 southbound, it is very slow going. Might be better to try and reroute over 41. That's still looking pretty good so far this morning. Heading into Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad. Just that spot right there at University Parkway, that's your biggest concern this morning. If you're heading a little bit farther south, maybe toward Punta Gorda, 75 and 41 are running okay. We do have that one spot still on 41 that we want to bring up here real quick. We'll tell you about that accident if we can. Or we're just gonna, it's very slow. It's a Friday, folks. Laurel Road in the westbound lane, there's a lane blocked right there at 41. So again, the westbound lane of Laurel Road, there's a lane blocked right there at 41. It is 6:48, and that is your first alert traffic.
All right, happening now, the World Rugby Cup starts today and goes this weekend in San Francisco. Rugby, it's the first time it's been held in this country, even though the U.S. has the world's second largest rugby fan base. Stephanie's a huge fan. She'll be painting her face and watching the games. 24 men's and 16 women's teams are taking place. There are 84 games or matches starting today and going through the weekend.
All right, right, well, new this morning, a grand jury has indicted 4 men on first-degree murder and armed robbery charges in the shooting death of South Florida rapper Tentacion. The Broward County panel charged 4 men in total. Now, police say 2 of them confronted Tentacion, real name Jasa Onfroy, as he left a Deerfield Beach motorcycle shop back on June 18th. Now, they believe it was just supposed to be a robbery, but as they tried to take a bag that was filled with $50,000 in cash that was in his car, he struggled. Now, after that struggle, the rapper was found in the driver's seat of the car with multiple gunshot wounds.
All right, 6:49 right now. Still ahead, your top 7 headlines before 7 a.m.
That is right, and that, of course, includes a look at your weekend forecast. See which day, Saturday or Sunday, is going to be the best beach day for you. So.
Let's take a peek outside, perhaps.
Well, let's take a look outside. Not a bad start to the morning so far. A couple showers still in the area.
Looking at the 10th Street boat ramp, Sarasota Bay and Longboat Key off in the distance. Our top 7 and the weekend forecast next on Good Morning Suncoast.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.
Welcome back. It is 6:52, and here's your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's First Alert weather forecast.
I've got some showers moving onshore. Showers onshore moving this way, headed into areas around DeSoto Mall. Seeing some fairly heavy showers. We're seeing some showers around areas of Myrtle and also in central Sarasota. All of that gradually bringing us some better rainfall chances as we head into mid-morning. So take your umbrella and your First Alert weather app. Back to you.
Thank you, John. A busy intersection just got busier this morning. Laurel Road, Laurel at 41. A westbound lane is blocked as you approach that busy, large intersection there. So be aware of that. Avoid Laurel Road westbound if you're driving this morning. 6:53 right now.
And number 3, a Sarasota mother is claiming rats have infested her apartment. She says management with Garden Grove Apartments off South Lockwood Ridge Road has been out several times to try and treat the issue, but the rats are still finding their way back in. Pest Control says it stems from a street project that happened a couple months ago.
Number 4, a deadly tour boat accident in Branson, Missouri has left at least 11 dead after the boat capsized and sank. At least 5 others are still missing. Severe weather may be to blame.
Number 5, new details this morning in the investigation into the death of that Northport toddler. Preliminary autopsy results confirm that Ava Perry's cause of death was drowning. She died after she was found in a canal near her home on Tuesday.
On a lighter note, if you're a baseball fan, you might want to stop by downtown Bradenton Lecom Park.
Oh, look at those jerseys.
A former Little Leaguer turned anchor will be throwing out the first pitch tonight.
Underhand.
Sounds like you're doing it. No, I'm doing it. Game time is 6:30. Come by and say hello. I'd love to meet you out there at Lecom Park. Star Wars jersey is optional.
Mandatory. And number 7, speaking of cool pop culture things, what's trending? Comic-Con started yesterday in San Diego. The annual 4-day convention started just for comic books and superheroes back in the day, and it was a small little convention. But now it has grown really into a celebration of everything hot in pop culture. The big buzz this year, though, is no Marvel Studios there.
What?
Yeah, for years they have been the most anticipated thing. They always roll out other new movies. But these days it's gotten so big that HBO, Netflix, every movie studio, this is when they roll out all their new movies for the fall. So it's really become a massive event in San Diego. Tickets sell out in minutes. I mean, people wait online for days. It is a massive event. It's always been on my bucket list to go cover.
I think it's been held in Tampa before. Do you know, John?
They have a small one there. Yes.
Yeah, they have a separate one, but the original is in San Diego. That's the mama of them all.
So what's the down low on Marvel not showing up?
They wanted to not disappoint their fans, and so they're just not going to have anything.
That does it.
That's how I do the news every morning. No.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.